we just talking.
So we talking, building up the suspense and everything, and
well, we're live on the gram.
You see it?
On This Fat Girl Is Fabulous. No, it went live on YouTube.
Now I hear it.
Yes.
Okay. B is like, no, just keep it rolling. It's all good though. I like being authentic, so it's all good. So yeah, we have a show planned for you tonight. The subject is Walk Like a Boss, and that's really what we was talking about before we actually got all the way in. So we're gonna catch y'all up, and before we do that, what's going on? Anything going on this weekend or this past weekend y'all want to talk about?
oh, let me see. This past weekend? Oh no, I can't even tell y'all about my past weekend.
Uh-oh.
It was so crazy. I have to talk about that off air. It was crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was
I know. How should we take that?
I know.
Y'all need to
Don't that
take
make
it.
you want to know?
Is it a PG show?
No. Y'all need to take it how you take it. And you know, I got a little mini me in the house with me tonight. So, yeah. So whatever you're thinking is that.
Okay.
Just know that. But I do have some good news, though.
What?
I'm throwing my baby a going away party. So
Where's she going?
I'm sending her off to Langston on Friday.
HBCU.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. I'm kind of like mixed emotions. I'm a little excited, but I'm a little sad too to see her go. But I'm excited that she's transitioning.
When does she actually leave?
Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's
cool.
leaving Friday. She's gone. We're not gonna see her until December.
But you take her. Oh, she's down the street. I know you're gonna see her before December.
No, she's 4 hours down the street, so I don't.
That's
plan.
down the street.
Yeah,
I bet
like
you
going
see
to
her
Houston.
before.
That's like a turnaround.
Yeah, in
but
the same day.
You know how busy my life is.
Girl, please.
I'm good.
Oh. Yeah.
So you're taking her on Friday?
Yes.
So is this your first
My
child to leave the
firstborn.
house?
Yes.
Okay. And how many of them are behind her?
2.
You have 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay. One day, you will be free, sister.
I know.
One day, those children will all be gone.
I know.
And since only Caucasian women have empty nest syndrome,
I'm gonna be straight because I come have my girls.
I have never been unstraight. The minute they were leaving, I will clean out all my cabinets, give you all my pots and pans, dishes, everything.
Yes,
all the linen out of my cabinet. I will
Thank you.
Complete my entire house to make sure you were set.
Right.
And I will go out and replenish my
And we'll
situation.
redo all of that.
Yes. I want you to be set up and stable
And ready to
that
go.
You got it.
And enjoy
and
the
ready
ride.
to stay.
That's the
And
plan.
enjoy the ride.
That's the
Yes.
plan. I don't want you saying, "Ooh, I need this. No, I got you everything you need, baby. You should be good."
And don't let those statistics about 55% of all college graduates having to move home with their parents scare you. Just change the locks.
You just don't leave
they
them out.
need to be more.
Marty,
they
do you
need to
have
be more
children?
I have 2 adult children. That's why I'm saying.
That's how
one
you
day,
been there,
sister, you
done
will be
that.
Free. 28 and 25. My daughter is 28. My son is 25, and they both have their own 5-year-olds.
So,
Nice.
who left home first?
My son left home first when he was 16 years old because he got his ass on his back.
grown. He was grown.
Yeah,
And wasn't grown. And he
one
had to figure out he
day
wasn't
it just
grown.
creeped up his back and sat right here on his shoulders, and so that we did not, have fisticuffs.
It's time
We didn't
for
want
you
to
to
come to blows in the house and all that, And he has a father that is very active in his life. Lives in another state. They made arrangements, and he,
Okay.
took those last 2 years over there in Arizona.
Okay.
Yes.
So how hard was it? Was it easier with the second one than it was the first?
Well, see, because he made me so mad because of the way that he was behaving,
Yeah.
it was not hard.
It was like, bye,
So-
boy,
Yes.
bye.
So he messed it up for your daughter then.
No.
No,
Because
she's
they did come
saying
back.
it wasn't stressful to see him go. He needed to go head
Yes,
on.
he needed to go.
Okay.
It was time. It was time to go because I always said that there was going to be a time as a young man that he was going to need his father's influence in his life. At that point, I would know that I was done with the mothering.
And you had to pass the
and
baton.
he needed to go on to his father.
Exactly.
And this was that time. He just made the decision for me. And that
Okay.
was fine because I think that was the natural way for it to happen. And he, he spent those last 2 years with his father. Then he went to college in Arizona and did an internship in New York, and then went. Did he come? No, he came back. He's in Austin now.
Okay.
He lives in Austin.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
well, yeah, that worked out perfectly.
Yes. Now, the girl has never left my side.
She left home, but
she left home, but she is not going to go far. And she wants to go and do other things, as do I. It's all about timing. Mm-hmm. It's all about timing. I do want her to go outside of the state of Texas. She's lived out of the state of Texas because we haven't always lived here. Mm-hmm. But with a 5-year-old by yourself without family support, I just really don't think that it's the best move for her to make at this particular point. And that's my advice. Mm-hmm. We made decisions. Now you have to stand up in that decision and carry that on out. When that child is a little bit older and, can...
Things a little bit more settled. Exactly. She can communicate better, protect herself.
Exactly.
Is it a boy or a girl?
He's a boy.
A boy.
He's a boy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And, there's that support that's still needed. Every once in a while, I need you to keep...
You really do need that.
Look, I feel like that. And I'm grown and with
what you mean you feel like what?
I feel like I still need like that family
you
support.
Do everybody needs that.
I don't want to stray too far away from family.
See, I've never really had that. Both of my parents passed away early on, so I never really. That's kind of still odd to me. Mm-hmm. Even like family functions and stuff like that, I enjoy going because it's like watching reality TV.
Yeah.
But I don't. It doesn't click for me that same way.
I miss it. Like I come from the environment where we did the big family thing every
As
week.
A kid, yes. As a kid.
I mean, literally every Sunday.
Yes, I remember
it. That's just what we do. We go to Nana Pawpaw house for dinner, and we all cook, or it was a big deal if they came over to my house or whatever. But we go to Nana Pawpaw house, which was my parents. After church on Sunday, it was just so routine. And then if I didn't go, it was almost like what's your problem?
Exactly. What happened to you? Where are you? What are you doing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's just like I remember when we used to have to call our grandmother every night and let her know you were in the house. Mm-hmm. And if the news came on and went off, she was calling you.
Right.
And you didn't want her to call you.
How many was it a lot of grandchildren?
7.
And everybody checked in.
Of my mother's brothers and sisters, there was 7 of them. And every one of them had to check in every night.
Oh, that's good.
So she would wait for the phone to ring.
That's how I act.
And you didn't want Luella to have to get up and come to the phone and start dialing because it was a rotary.
Sure.
And how long did it 2 o'clock in the morning. She said,
but I get that though, like, because I get an attitude, and I really do, like, when my sisters come over and leave and don't let me know that they home, because I be feeling like some people feel like that's extra, and I get it, it is kind of extra, but the flip side of that is that we can assume all day long that everything is cool, and it might not be, and we've missed all of this time to make sure that you straight. Like, it's just a simple call or text, say, I'm home, I'm good, good night, bye. We ain't got to talk. I don't want to talk no more either. You just left me.
Or send a text message.
I don't want to talk.
Right.
Yeah. Just, I'm good,
Well, we didn't do, when I was growing up, we didn't have to let anybody know. I think my grandmother just kind of, there was my grandmother has 13 children, so naturally her grandchildren was way too many.
A lot.
Yeah. So the ones that were kind of in her face all the time, which was me and a few others, she just kind of knew. If she looked up and it was dark outside and your behind went in the house, then my auntie coming over, my auntie done talked my grandma into spanking us, and so we didn't want those problems. So you just
did supposed to.
That was a street light. We had street till the street lights came on.
Yeah.
But see, we didn't have that. We had the concept. It just was never said. It was like, yo,
you just expect it.
Yeah, you're not in this house. Now my auntie coming over. My auntie like to spank.
Don't nobody want to deal with all that.
Yeah, like she was too much.
She was really extra.
Yes.
Extra auntie.
Extra auntie. So auntie, if you listening, which I know you're not because you extra, shout out to you.
Okay. All right, y'all. So it's 8:30, so we're going to do our African proverb. So what this is, I don't know if you remember from back in the day, but so I'll give out an African proverb, and we just have to interpret it. That's all.
Okay.
And give us your interpretation of the African proverb. No, it's not. It's not going to be tough.
Oh, it's going to be tough.
It's not.
Marty,
no, it's not.
Okay.
Not at all. And then she'll do a history fact, and then we'll get into the show.
Okay.
All right. So let me do this before we do that. I do want to give a couple announcements. Like, one, we are so proud of the teen scene at Brick House Lounge. And what that is our outreach. It's a collaboration with High Vibe Media and Brick House to do something for the children. So we open up the doors every Wednesday, and it's a teen club. So they listen to music, they play games. They was playing chess last week, and checkers, and Uno, and Connect Four, and Twister. They was line dancing. We feed them from 6 until 7:30 and play the games and just kind of hang out and kick it. Relationship building. And then from 7:30 to 9, we get into the dialogue and the conversation. So, and it was fabulous.
Like a summit, they get to ask questions.
Oh,
and
yes,
all that
very
stuff.
interactive.
So
like there's a panel, and then there's a discussion with the audience.
So what is the topic this week?
So tomorrow's topic is bullying, and we're going to deal with physical and cyber bullying.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got that. We have education. Is the education system designed for our black children to succeed? That's coming up. Last week we had Arlington Police Department came, and we talked about the disconnect between the police officers and the black community, specifically children. It was good. 2 weeks ago we did suicide and depression from a teen's perspective. So it's, and I'm very proud of it because, again, it's our way of being able to give back to the community. And when I tell you, like, our Brick House family is really, really, really on board. They so geeked about it, like volunteering, and we have sponsors to help with the food, and they're working on fundraisers and doing a party for the I mean, just all kind of stuff. So it's exciting.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Is.
Every time I've ever been to Brick House, the staff has always been above and beyond.
Oh, good.
It doesn't mean there's no mistakes made. It just means that their attitude has always been really, really positive.
Good.
So that's the reason why I keep coming back when I have an event or when I know I'm going to have something. And if you notice, most of the people that I know
come to Brick House.
And they even come to me and ask me, like, I have some tunnel connection straight in with Daryl. Like, can you ask Daryl if we can do so and so? Yeah. So I mean, it says a lot about the brand.
Good.
It's a good brand.
Good.
It really is.
That's
I mean,
good.
the caliber of people that come. It's really, dress code is on point. The age, the music, everything is great. Yeah.
Well, we try.
I can attest to that.
And no mess.
I have because of the caliber.
All
of
the
people.
different times that I've been there, no miss.
Yeah, we have very, very, very little drama, and when we do, we put it out
Nobody
so fast
knows.
that nobody even knows.
Nobody knows.
So, and I'm grateful. It is trying to be consistent, but I really, truly believe, and like we believe, when you treat people good, it makes them want to come back. And you just handle it. You give the service that you're looking for.
Absolutely.
And so that's what we really try to get the staff to really take hold of, and just give what you want. If you want people to handle you like that, when you go somewhere, then that's how you act. If not, then you need to tighten up. If you wouldn't take that from somebody else, then you got to tighten it up. So, but yeah, we're kind of proud of that. But anyway, so that's Wednesday. And then Thursday we have a man's point of view, which is very interesting.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So, and this week's topic, we are talking about once a man is scorned in a relationship, a lot of times they mentally check out. So we're going to talk about that and deal with that. Like, okay, well, you still got some responsibilities over here, and how do we balance all of that? So we're going to talk about that on Thursday.
Okay.
All right, so y'all ready for African Proverb?
Ready.
Like to hear it, go. Let me see if I did I write it down? Nope. That's okay. I got it, though. Okay, so this is super easy. By trying often, the monkey learns to jump from the tree. I got two of them. That's the first one. Do it again. By trying often, the monkey learns to jump from the tree.
I got this one.
Me too.
Yeah. You want us to say it?
Come on, let the guests go, and then you can come in. What you got, Marty?
Perseverance, not giving up, continuing to do the thing over and over again gives you perfection.
What you got? You want to say it a different way?
What she said.
What she said.
Yeah, what she said.
All right, so here's one more. You always learn a lot more when you lose than when you win.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yes.
So you want the guest to go first?
No, you can put it in your own words. She was like, I got this one. Let me go. Her and Daryl usually fight over who gonna go first, and don't neither one of them want to go first. And now she's like, I got that.
Now I forgot. Tell me what it is again.
Oh, I forgot too. And you know, I don't got my glasses on no more. So let me see. Okay. You always learn a lot more when you lose than when you win.
How I interpret that is a lot of times whenever you lose something, you learn what not to do and how to do things better. So, but if you are used to winning, then you never know. Like, you could have made a mistake in that and just so happened you won. But if you lost in doing something or whatever, you know what not to do, and you learn from those mistakes, and you develop new systems of doing, whatever it is to make it work better. So that's how I took that.
What you got? You want to add to that?
That was so technical. That was so thoroughly thought out and so technical. I got. I post this often. Don't take it as an L. Take it as a lesson.
Yeah.
A lot of people will. Last night I took a L, but tonight I bounced back.
Right.
That's what that song is talking about.
Yeah.
So
and I love that song.
Yes, me too. Big Sean. Yay.
Yeah.
You like that song, B?
Yes. I mean, but it's bouncing back is the key. In church, we say we fall down,
but we get up.
All right, it's the same thing.
Yeah, the exact same thing. There we go.
So I love that, and I'm gonna tell you, this is something. Tell me if y'all have ever done this, and I know it's a little different, but as we're talking about growth and being our better selves, because that's in essence what this is, learning a lesson through an experience, right? So have y'all ever had a job where you did an exit interview?
Yes.
Because people say it, but they don't usually do it.
I actually did one last year.
So did you enjoy that experience?
Oh, I was kind of nervous because that was my first one, but I appreciated getting the feedback. I mean, some of the feedback I was like, whatever, girl, please. But I enjoyed the feedback, so this year it makes me want to do, it made me want to do better.
Right.
Even though I wasn't in that same position, but it's the same field. So it made me want to do better, definitely.
Okay. What about you? Have you?
I don't.
You ain't did that.
If we that's like one of them husbands talking about let's have closure. Closure was when the ink dried, man.
It's over. We done with that. We ain't gotta talk about that no more.
Close. That is it. That is all.
Check this out. So, this guy that I was dating, and I really, really value him as a person and his opinion.
Yes.
We had an exit interview with our relationship, and I thought that was cool.
What?
We did.
Are you still friends?
Very, very close friends.
That's why you had an exit interview.
Yeah.
And most people don't divorce and still be friends. When I leave a job, we are now divorced.
Yeah, but think about how much greater that can make you when you go to your next experience, because you can't see yourself through the eyes of somebody else.
Lotus,
I love that.
I'm a Capricorn, and I'm very
right all the time.
Masculine in my thought process.
He's a Capricorn.
Yeah, he looked that quick. Like,
I'm very. Okay, my father was a very strong influence, and I have a brother. I think in many ways the way guys do. When I am over with a relationship, it's probably been about 6 months that I've been done.
You was
with
already
that relationship. Done. Yeah, before the exit actually happens. Right. I have thought, rethought, thought some more, took some notes, talked to a couple of friends.
Maybe tried to do it, spice it up a little bit. Didn't work.
I've gone through all of those evaluation processes throughout that time period, and I've evaluated myself, my behavior, my responses, and likewise I've evaluated my partner's responses and behavior throughout that 6-month period of time. We ain't really got nothing else to talk about.
But wait a minute though. But you did your own exit interview.
Yes.
Like.
No, I did an evaluation.
Well, your own, yes,
yeah.
But it's from your point of view,
your perspective.
Yeah. So it kind of.
I trust my gut.
But listen, though, honestly,
you should.
Well, but honestly, I think this is just me. I ain't trying to convince you to do nothing, but I think that we elevate to our higher self when we open ourselves up to try to see ourselves from the perspective of other individuals that you respect. Now,
agreed. Now, a guy that I am still friends with, that I was engaged to, we never married, but we have had many discussions over the years.
That's the same thing.
Okay, but that's why I asked you, are you still friendly?
Yes.
Okay. He and I are still friendly. So he can call and we can have a conversation and he'll remind me of some things, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But if neither of the ones that I was married to, we not friendly like that. We're not cordial like that.
But I ain't talking about that. This ain't based on marriage. This is based on
but you'd have
valuing.
To have a conversation.
Huh?
A conversation.
Oh, I love that.
You have to have but you have a mutual respect for one another. Mm-hmm. You have to have, that's the key ingredient.
Okay, I agree with that. Because I don't even really care about what the one that is just straight drama, because I already know what you think.
Exactly.
But the one that I know is going to help me to be a better me, that's who I want to hear. Like, because I could think I had it in this area, that area, and they could communicate, be like, nah, from a male's perspective, had you done this a little different or this a little, and my feelings is gonna be hurt because that's ego. But at the end of the day, that'll just help
when you were still in the relationship.
But that's
when there was something you could do about that.
But that's normal though. People don't always open up and say, like, I'm having this issue. That ain't the way it's supposed to be.
No, because I'm talking all the time.
But most men are like that.
You're gonna know if it's a problem. You're gonna know right.
But you a woman, men don't act like that. What about you?
I've never experienced an exit interview in regards to a relationship.
No, I mean, just like even communicating.
Yeah, but I can see, I would appreciate if we were able to communicate in a way to where we can work on those problems within our relationship and maintain a relationship. But in the event that doesn't happen, it is always nice to have that exit interview in a relationship.
Do so you that really want to know what your
I do.
I do.
Well, I do, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm always striving to be.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always striving to be the best person that I could be.
Me too, and I feel like if they could have contributed to that, damn it, we still be together.
Well, but you have to assess. You have to assess their character and who they are anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if they're telling you something like, "Well, I don't think you cleaned the house good enough," well, nigga, you ain't clean up either. So I'm not gonna really take that.
See, but that's the part. That's the part that I feel. I just don't think I.
But
I guess I know the level of petty for which I would be dealing with.
But you take the
and I just can't see. I can't find none.
You take the meaningful stuff.
I can't find none.
You know, just take the meaningful stuff from it.
I think you have to judge the character of the individual and how that individual feels about you as a person. Now, it's a whole lot of people, I don't give a damn what you have to say because I already know you don't like me, and I'm cool with that, male and female, because it don't even have to be in intimate relationships. It could be between friends, and the friendship kind of took a little turn and we went different directions, but I still value that individual's opinion about some things. Like, I want to be my best self. So with that, I cannot see myself the way you see me. Like, so you could say, Lotus, you kind of, like I said when we started the conversation, you kind of control
whether or not there's somebody that I really care enough.
I think that's like major growth.
I think it, and like you said, you do have to evaluate the character of the person, because you can't just take it from anybody.
I'm not gonna take it from just anybody.
But if they tell you something that's meaningful, like you really kind of lack vision, or you know what I'm saying, something
motivation,
or you're negative all the time. Maybe you need to, you know what I'm saying, like everything that you do and say is just so negative. Like, maybe you want to step back and think about it,
because you don't even see it. You don't always even see it.
Like,
so anyway, I know that ain't our show, but clearly that's a good show. We're gonna have to do that because I really think that's a good show.
We didn't had a mini show just like
that.
That's
good though.
I don't think I've grown up that much yet though.
I'm gonna work on it. It's challenging.
Let's stick a pin in it. We'll work on it.
It's challenging though. It is. It's challenging, but in all honesty, with my relationships, period, I don't care if it's my friend, my mate, my sisters, my children, my family, my biological sisters. I really want people to tell me the things that they don't like more than what they do like. Because I don't care about my ego being stroked all the time. What I care about is being the best me that I could be. Now, again, I can be sensitive. So my feelings probably will get hurt.
Cancer.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm cool with that though. I'm cool with that. But
I married one and gave birth to one. Yes.
but at the end of the
Very
day, my goal is to, and it ain't just for my own benefit, because of what I aspire to be in life. I cannot accomplish that if I don't straight up identify my shortcomings. I don't want to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. No, I want to learn from this experience so I ain't got to go through that again. So how can I learn? Evaluation. But again, it depends on who the person is, because I'm not having that conversation with
everybody.
If I know that you really don't care for me, you're going to just be trying to throw blows and attack me and dart after dart after dart. It's the energy behind it. But if I know you really love me, you care about me.
Let me say this, because it's kind of like, you know how a child learns. They may be learning how to walk, they fall, they get up, they try again. Well, it's kind of different for adults, because it takes us longer to see our shortcomings, right? Like children or younger people, they can see their shortcomings head on, so they try again. It's like, ooh, I'm not gonna walk by that table again because last time I hurt my head or something. So it's easy for them to kind of learn first or second time, but for adults, as you get older, it's more complex. So
you have to want to.
Yeah, you have to really deal with like the inner self, and sometimes you can't really figure out your behavior and figure out your shortcomings and stuff like that. So it's really kind of good to have somebody to be on the outside.
You got to have people around you
that can tell you.
That's right. You got to have, to me, the best relationships are the ones, people who love you enough to want to see you be the best that you can be. And in order to do that, you have to talk about their contributions, because you don't want to just attack.
Right.
No.
So you definitely have to, and that's what an exit interview is. You usually go your 3 highs and then your 3 lows. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason for that, so that you can set the tone for, I don't want you to think that all I see is a negative, or you're really good at this, you're really good at that, you're really good at this. But this is, if you did this, you probably could be a little better. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation, so I'm going to stop because I'm all into that.
Yeah.
What you got for history?
All right, so Black History Fact today. Today marks the anniversary of the Proclamation of Emancipation, right? And so this day is recognized in all Caribbean states. And it is a public holiday. Like, people actually celebrate August 1st.
Really?
Yes. They celebrate it in, let's see. So it's officially observed in Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Antigua, like those places. Like, they celebrate it by having like an all-night
Caribbean islands.
Yes.
Okay.
Vigil, and they do cultural presentations.
Okay.
So it made me think like, dang, I went to work today. I had fun with the children. And, now I'm at the show. Like, I didn't even think not one time about the anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation.
Me either.
Did you know?
I mean, I knew, but we don't celebrate it.
It's
not a publicly recognized holiday here in America.
Juneteenth.
Well, I don't celebrate Juneteenth either. I just kind of started that. I'm being honest. So, and that's what we talked about on Juneteenth, is that we need to start taking our days, even though,
there's some history behind it, but still though.
Yeah, but it's
still a celebration though.
And we should celebrate it. Like, they actually recognize it and celebrate it.
That's good.
It's an official holiday for some countries, so
that's good.
I thought that was great.
All right, that's good. Let me see.
Where's our petty GWAP, our random and pettiness? He ain't post any or nothing.
Here he is right here. Y'all way behind even without me. So in other words, it ain't my fault. Laugh out loud. And y'all started on time. No, we didn't, because we was waiting on V. And then he didn't come.
We had a wonderful
But we had a great pre-conversation.
Yeah.
Let me see.
There's a little
and he said, tell Solar she can't blame me no more.
All
right, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we talking about Walk Like a Boss, and Anja is gonna call in too and talk about her business as well. So we will be back after one song by Zion Iman, and we'll be right back with you. So hold tight.
Hey. And this is that underground, that basement shit, yeah. This for my little sister. My mother first place, and all my brothers straight up. Oh yeah. Blessings to family. Poverty, let me see honor in those who care for me. The city stuck on my shoulders, I hold it carefully. I do this shit for my soldiers who want the best for me. This is a ghetto melody. Fuck them niggas who slept on me, and fuck them bitches who come and kick it and call me gifted. When I was timid, they acted distant cause I was different. But now you see me growing up and y'all don't wanna miss it. A little ironic, I'm smoking that chronic. Yup, I'm rubbing hypnotic, I'm feeling iconic. Yup. So me and the kid, we gon' get it. Me and Andre, we gon' get it. As long as you stay consistent, as long as you making a difference, as long as you dream, you can wake up and live it. This that new home, back and forth between two homes. Neither one of them yours, but you tell your girl this your new home. Really, she know you're lying, but deep inside you are trying. So when it's your turn to shine, she'll tell you what's yours is mine. Yeah. Really, I'm kidding, no, really, I'm not. Really, I'm stuck, yes, I'm stuck in a box, trying to bite off the lock. I'm eating these beats instead. Wanna feed these streets, really all I need is a piece of bread. But bet, if I'ma change for the better. I love the sunshine, but it can't shine forever. If ever it should rain, we'll get rained on together. Cause you have been a friend to me. You have been a friend. This for the kids from the mill to Chicago. The present is a gift, but the kids are tomorrow. I'm trying to make sense of a world full of sorrow. So promise you'll be there for me. I promise I'll be there for you. If I'ma change for the better. I love the sunshine, but it can't shine forever. If ever it should rain, we'll get rained on together. Cause you have been a friend to me. You have been a friend to me. This for the kids from the mill to Chicago. The present is a gift, but the kids are tomorrow. I'm trying to make sense of a world full of sorrow. So promise you'll be there for me. Now everybody say rags to riches. Do rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. I say rags to riches. Do rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. Ay, rags to riches. Do rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. Ay, rags to riches. Do rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. Ay, if I'ma change. Hey, y'all remember, and it's alright, I'll never change. Let's bring it back, let the beat ride, just let it ride. Good times must rise, and promise you'll be there for me. Sometimes I'll be there for you. This for the kids, you can't be afraid to be yourself. The present is a gift, that's the only way you can ever be real. Trying to make sense of it. So promise and that's that underground basement shit, that basement shit. Coming to you live, the 817 to the 414. You know?
Yeah, so Solar shrunk.
Yes. Yes. Solar.
That's what happened. Like, just when y'all was at break, when we was at break, we had this little trick that we did, and this is what happened to Solar.
It was like a magic trick.
All right, so tonight's topic is, and this is Lil Solar, y'all. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
So tonight's topic is walk like a boss. And really what we want to talk about is just balancing when you are pursuing, you're going after your dreams. And how do we do that? Specifically as women, like how do we balance the whole family life, the personal life, if you still working a regular job, 9 to 5, you know, pursuing your own dreams so you can build your own legacy. How do we do all of that? So we have at the table here Miss Marty Hunter.
Hey.
Wait, is it Hunter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Marty got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I'm going to let Marty tell you about what she has going on. So, Marty, kind of tell everybody what you do and what your businesses are and all of that.
It would probably be easy for me to say what I don't do than it would be to say what I do. Okay, so I still work in corporate America.
Okay.
I am a photographer. I'm a plus size model. I am a internet radio podcast host. I host events. I am a proponent for HIV and AIDS awareness, and I work in the community to make sure that that is something that is on folks' mind on a regular basis. I speak to women at Dallas correctional facilities about changing their lives, their attitudes. This is stuff that people that follow me on social media may most likely don't know. I am a body positive advocate. I'm definitely a strong.
What does that mean?
Body positive. It's a movement that says there is no such thing as a good body. There is no such thing as a bad body. Everybody is a good body. I posted a photo of me in a bikini that says, how do you get your bikini body? Number 1, buy a bikini. Number 2, put it on your body. That's
just
how
like
that. That's how you get a bikini body. So, it doesn't matter if you're a size 2 or a size 32. I believe that if you're healthy, and right now that's a big issue in the plus size community about whether or not you're healthy or not healthy, but we won't get into that because that's not what the show is about. If you're healthy and you are living the best life that you can possibly live, then don't worry about what other people have to say about how you're built, how tall you are, how short you are, how wide your hips are, how big you are, how whatever. Just be your best you. So,
you're an advocate for that as well?
I'm an advocate for that as well.
Okay.
I live with arthritis. So I'm an advocate for that as well. I am the mother of 2 adult children. I have a daughter that is 28 years old, and she is a makeup artist, Bailey Aaron Hunter, and I have a son who is 25 years old, and he is music engineer and DJ, and he lives in Austin. His name is Joshua.
Okay.
Yeah. And 2 grandbabies.
So Marty got a lot going on.
Yes, I can juggle.
Dang, real good.
Yeah, everything but a husband.
We got all of that but a husband.
Everything but a husband.
Is that in the
cards? No.
You don't want that?
We've removed the debt from the table.
You good?
Yes, the dealer has walked away from the table.
Okay.
We're not even playing games
Game over,
no more.
huh?
Yes,
Wow.
we're not even playing them games no more.
Gotcha.
2 times was my So I'm good. I'm content. I'm good. I'm happy. I think that everything happens for a reason, and this is an opportunity for me to explore my fullest potential, and I can do that best when I don't have distractions.
Okay. All right. What you got?
I think I should have went first, and she went last.
Well,
So
that's
that
our
way,
guess. Well, you don't
try
have to
to-
get into all of your stuff. I'm just didn't know if you had anything you wanted to say to respond to Marty.
No response at
Okay.
all. I'm good. Y'all
Okay.
already know me. Y'all know my story.
Okay.
Or
well,
a little bit of it.
Everybody done. If you want to share, you're more than welcome.
Another time.
Okay, another time we won't push it. But yeah, so I think that people don't fully understand until you've walked in those shoes, like the commitment that it takes to be an entrepreneur, and the level of discipline, and even when it's challenging, you giving up is not an option. You find a way to make it work. Like the commitment, the level of commitment and the drive and the push and all of that. Like if your eyes are on that, then it needs to drive you. And I don't think people really can appreciate the sacrifices that come along, because a lot of times you sacrificing family time, you sacrificing the relationship, you're sacrificing your personal finances, because being an entrepreneur can cost you more than it makes you in the beginning stages. So you take 2 steps back in order to take 10 steps, to move forward. But you don't know when that forward move is going to come.
Exactly.
You just got to keep going. And so that's why we wanted to do the show, is just to really talk about like the commitment and the process and the level of discipline that it takes.
You have to find your passion
First.
because there is no way that you can commit yourself on the level that it is necessary to do so until you find your passion. a lot of people will run out, and this is not a slight against anybody's business, but these products that pop up, this wrap this and soap this and whatever, these, you know,
in and out.
Yeah. Everybody runs to it to, like back in the day we used to have Amway. Okay, everybody runs and flocks to it and starts up a business, and yes, you may make some money at the beginning, and then it starts to taper off until you find that next thing to get into. That's not a passion. You're
riding a wave.
Yeah, and once you find out whatever your passion is, and you do research on that passion, and you've explored whether or not this is truly something you're passionate about. And the way that I was able to tell is when you wake up and that's what's on your mind, when you go to bed and that's what's on your mind, when you're awakened from a sound sleep with something, a thought about doing this thing,
the next thing that you could do to enhance it, or
then you know that you found your passion.
I think that it's necessary for you to go through those steps, because it's like a
which steps
when she said to find your passion, like you may try this, that don't work, you may it's kind of like the African proverb where the win and the loss thing, like you have to take these steps in order to figure out
to get there
what your passion is.
Some of us know though really early. Like both of my children knew that they wanted to be involved in art. I knew that I had a passion for creativity, art, acting, theater. I wanted to be, my first play I was the Virgin Mary. I was in the kindergarten. I remember that day. I remember everything about it. I remember the way I felt. I remember getting in costume, all of that. I knew what I wanted to do. I let my want to please other people become more important than pursuing my passion. So that's why passion is always going to be the primary. With raising my kids, when they identified what their passion was, I backed off and supported them, even though I really did want them to have traditional jobs, because you can eat as an attorney more quicker than you can as a DJ when you're struggling. You see what I'm saying? So I always kind of wanted them, please go to college, get a degree, which both of them did. But I wanted that 9 to 5, you know, be an attorney, be a lawyer. If you're going to be in the music business, do that, but be a lawyer too, because then you can look over your own, you know, that was always, I wanted that safety net. I guess that's the Capricorn in me that wants the security and, you know, the predictability of that part. But then the other side of me wants to take photos and create and do live streaming and all of those kind of things. So I could have been doing this 25 years ago had I followed my passion and not been deterred. Anybody that is young now that knows what their passion is, because my daughter knew she wanted to be an artist early on. When they know, then encourage them, feed that.
I agree.
And the worst thing you could possibly do is keep sitting them in the corner. I was always told, hush, girl, you talk too much. Go sit down, you talk too much. But what they did was they stifled the creativity in me, because at some point I stopped altogether.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
That's the difference between knowing and identifying. I don't think that you always have to go through failed attempts at other things that aren't even in the realm of what it is.
So oftentimes it's just it's fear, and it's a lack of support. For example, my son and I, my son is an artist, and he's really good. Like, and I'm not saying that from a mother's perspective. I'm saying that from
a professional perspective,
and also just a real music
lover.
Oh my God, on another level. And so I wouldn't even put him out there if I didn't think, you know, because I wouldn't even do that to him. Stroke his ego on something that he's not gonna make it in, and I know that. I'm not gonna do that.
On America's Got Talent.
No, baby, this ain't your talent. We're gonna find something that is.
Exactly.
But anyway, it is his talent. So anyway, and we were on our way checking out a new place last night, and it was kind of late because, you know, in the music industry the hours is all night long, you know. So, and it was a long drive, and he was like, Mama, he was like, I would never be able to do this if I didn't have your support like that. And he was like, and most people would never even know what it feels like to have a mother who's not on them about you need to do this and do this and do this and do this and do this, but you really helping me tap in because you believe in me and you're helping me to believe in me. But I said all of that to say this. That's our other guest calling. But can you answer it, V, and just ask her to hold for a second? But I said all of that to say this, that when you do at a young age, whatever age you are, to be honest with you, you tap in and you figure out, like, yeah, I really feel drawn to this. That's when you roll with it. That's when you roll with it. And you do not shut that down.
No.
Because we're all here for specific purposes. And a lot of times we don't tap into our purpose because we're too busy trying to do the traditional, this is the way you're supposed to do it. But based on what and whose rules?
You just, to me, I think one of the other things too is that you can't be afraid of the hustle.
You can't, and you got to be willing to make that sacrifice.
It's a lot of long nights. It's a lot of working 2 or 3 jobs. It's a lot of whatever, by any means necessary, whatever you need to do to survive.
That's what you're gonna do.
When my kids were young, we had a saying, "We gonna eat." That was like our family mantra. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, we're gonna eat.
Right.
Because I'm always going to do whatever it is necessary
to make sure we eat.
Make sure that we eat.
Exactly.
So that's what I would like to have the younger folks pay attention to now, because a lot of folks be like, "Well, I already got 1 job, baby, get 3."
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the things that stood out to me, because you said that he commended you for, he said that he wouldn't be able to do this if you didn't help him, and you were saying that, you know, parents, you shouldn't silence your children and dismiss, you know, whatever their gifts are. And that's what stood out to me. It's like we as parents, you know, even though we're busy trying to do whatever it is that we're doing, we definitely have to pay attention to our children, because we're going to recognize their gifts before they do. Because I already see my children's gifts. Now I just have to figure out how I'm going to mold those gifts.
But then, too, you want to make sure that when you see their gifts, it's still
theirs and not yours.
And equals passion, though. Like, because they can be gifted. Like, to be honest with you, Zai could have done basketball. He was off the chain. He was playing the drums when he was 2 for the adult choir at the church. You know, like, he can design clothes, he can dance, he can sing,
but
he's
a creative.
He's
a creative.
But and it is well, no, because he was sports. He could play basketball, and
but it's still a part of his mind. He's creating, but he's using his body in a way to create. So I can still see him being like really smooth at playing basketball if he's an artist like that. Doesn't mean that they all are, but
what I'm saying is that we have to make sure that when we are pulling it out, that we also are sensitive to what it is they want for themselves. We're gonna bring on our next guest, my soul sister Anja. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Anja's supposed to be in the studio with us. I wanted her to bring, and I really was going to bring my own display of her products.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Well, I can attest that her products are great. I have the facial, like, scrub.
Well, let's set it up and tell what she does. You want to introduce her and her?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is Anja. Anja, can you tell us about your skincare line? So what she does is that she makes organic skincare products, and I love them. Like, I'm so addicted to her. I was mad. Anja, I was mad because I saw my son in my stuff. I was like, get your own stuff. And get out of my stuff.
That's it.
Her products is off the chain, though. Tell us about your products, and then a little bit about your journey of being an entrepreneur, because we know that sacrifice is real, and she got it down. So tell us a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm a licensed esthetician, so I developed natural skincare products that I use spices, I use turmeric, cacao, I use oils, essential oils, clays, everything natural. Even my preservatives are plant-based, so everything is all natural. They're effective as long as you are consistent, you use them right. I'm always available for questions. I just love talking about skincare, so But I started about 2011 with just clays. And so I put those out and just using everything that I make now on my clients. And, a few people just said, why don't you sell those? And so I was just a little nervous, and then finally decided to go ahead and just dibble and dabble and look up labs and all that stuff, and decided I can just keep mixing these things myself, and it's under my control, and just make sure that everything works. And so far I've gotten nothing but great feedback. People's skin, they're transforming.
Yep.
And, they're healing. So I'm happy about
and
that.
I'm doing like the journey. Like I took before pictures, and then once I'm a month in, I'll share some more pictures. But her, and honestly, I'm crushing on her skin a little bit. I just got to tell the truth.
What woman crush?
I got a woman crush on,
but it's Tuesday.
I'm just skin. She has the
Tuesday.
most beautiful skin I have. I mean, like baby fresh, like her.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna show I'm gonna show a picture, and she's like, "Could you please take that ugly picture?" I was like, "You ain't got an ugly picture, so stop talking to me."
Her skin is
it's flawless.
Beautiful.
It's flawless, literally.
Let me tell you, it's work, because I am acneic, so I have acne, I have oily skin, and I just, I had to make sure
She ain't got nothing but glow.
on myself how to control this and how to, keep it together. So I went to school, got the technique. I already, just knew what to do, but I needed a technique, and that's what I got from school. So, but yeah, it's all about keeping it together.
So did you always have that one, as we're talking about walking like a boss, the whole point of that is just the consistency, the persistency, the refusal to give up, like, did you always know that this is what you wanted to do, or did you try other things and you kind of stumbled into this? Like, how did that play out for you?
So my mother taught me to do everything that you want to do in life. My background is real estate. So I started out real estate, was a realtor, all of that. Bought my first property, renovated, all of that. Didn't know too many people, but and I wasn't that successful in it because I just didn't know a whole lot of people. But stayed in the game, got with and started working in the corporate real estate segment. Got kind of bored with that. Made some good money in that, but just kind of got bored. So I decided, what else do I do that I just love? And that's skincare. Mm-hmm. Just decided to, go to school and just want to always just do what I love to do. Mm-hmm. So skincare, real estate, try to be a Jane of all trades. But yeah, definitely have had some down times, but never ever giving up. I tried my hand at just being solely an entrepreneur, just working on my own, no 9 to 5, and that was hard. I realized that I definitely needed another income to just keep funding my business. So yeah.
Okay, so Anja, how do you balance, because I know you have a family and you have this business that you're running, so how do you balance all of this together? Like, how do you balance your life out?
It's hard. When I first started, like, I was up literally, like, from, 5 a.m. to 5 a.m., and just working on, logos, working on everything. And my husband finally said, you gotta kind of kick back a little bit because I'm not giving him any attention, and the kids are kind of getting a little attention. And so I had to, it was a wake-up call, what I do, I just make sure it's hard. It's really hard. I will say that. I don't know, it's really hard to explain.
You just got to make it work.
Yeah, it works. It works. I think I really needed my husband to tell me to slow down, because I was really just on the business.
Yeah.
But you know, I make sure that I spend time with them. You know, I do my business. You know, I get my orders. You know, I make my products. I just have to make sure and keep things, you know, in a certain time frame. My kids get out of school. Make sure I'm stopping everything and I'm doing homework. You know, I'm cooking while I'm doing homework. Having conversations with my husband while I'm doing all of that. You know, and when I get everybody settled, then it's my time. So I'm up late at night.
One of the things that I have noticed about
there's no sleep.
one of the things that I have noticed about you, Anja, though, is Anja, when she vends, like, I don't know if she does as much vending, but I know, like, a couple years ago when she was really starting to really get out there, her children would be right there with her. They did it as a family. Like, her husband, her children, they was all vending.
Yes.
But you find ways to make it work, because really you can't make anything fun. It's just really perspective and the way that you treat it. Like, if you treat it like, you know, it's just like marriage. You treat it like, here come the old ball and chain. Well, then that's what she's gonna be to you, because that's what you expect. You know, like, but if you treat it like, here go my baby, you know, then that's what you gonna get out of it. So yeah, and it's the same thing with the business.
Expose them, you know. I let them see, you know, what I'm doing when I'm making products. I don't let them help me. I'm just real huge on being sanitary, you know, kitty cooties.
Right.
So I just
We appreciate that.
You know,
We
watch
definitely
me from
do.
afar. They smell it. It lights up the whole place, you know. But yeah, my daughter is going to be coming out with an organic lip gloss line, so we're going to get her cracking on that. Our boys, they like to cook and bake, so we're going to do little sweet treats and bag some stuff up for them. And so, you know, it's just, you know,
that's
getting
cool.
everybody involved, and that's another way of juggling, just getting them involved in, you know, what I'm doing.
And it's teaching them of the entrepreneurial
Exactly.
spirit at a young age, and they don't even know it. It's just going to be natural for them.
It'll be in them.
It's
like,
spending time and they learning about business.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, like, my children will come in here and be behind that screen over there doing the show. If I can't make it, you know, they know how to do it. But you have to almost get your family to buy in, you know, in order. And I do think that support thing is essential, because we have to get, you have more success when you get those around you to buy into what it is that you're doing, what your journey is.
I definitely agree with that.
Okay. So,
What just happened?
go
A meeting, an exchange of ideas. Do you have any questions for Anja?
How can we find her products?
Oh yeah, Anja, tell us how they tell our 3.7 million viewers how they can get a hold of your products.
Okay, you can go to www.anjanaturalskincare.com. So that's ANJA naturalskincare.com, and you can click on the online store, check out the bio. I'm involved with the Timalechi Nursery School in Malawi, Malawi Mission, so I've got a couple of products on there that when you purchase those products, 100% of the proceeds go to that school.
Oh,
so
wow.
even if you've never donated before, I will help you donate.
That's good.
So
That is wonderful.
you get, yeah, so it's pretty cool. I've got cleansers, moisturizers, body butter. I've got clay for the face. All of my products are specifically formulated for the face, neck, chest area, those places we forget about. So they're pretty awesome, and they work.
Yeah,
They do.
and they smell good.
I have her products. I have the facial scrub. I have the cream. I don't know the names of it.
Yeah.
But I have like the moisturizing cream after you do the facial scrub, and I have the black soap, and I have the clay mask. So I try to make sure
I have
use
all of that
those.
except for the black soap. I do use black soap, but I've never used Anja's black soap, I don't think.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the
I
cream-
actually don't make the soap bars anymore.
Mhm.
I don't like to put out a product that I am not happy with or that I don't feel comfortable with. And I'm just, you guys like it, but for me, it wasn't perfection. So I have discontinued that until I can totally just perfect it to where I think it needs to be on a higher level. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I love my
I'm
black
glad
soap.
y'all like it.
And I like the little bag it came in and everything. Yeah. Like, I was like, ooh, yeah, this look all natural. Yeah. It was like a
I love it. Like, every time I do anything, she just so in demand now. She can't vent my little events no more.
But you know what? It's so funny because I get asked to vent all the time, and I be like, "Oh shoot!" I try not to say yes because I'm tired.
Oh, I understand.
In the end, I can't do it, and
it's elevated.
I don't like that.
That's a good thing.
So
That's a good thing.
I can't this time. I be trying to juggle it, y'all.
So Anja, tell me this. So, where do you see your business going in the next, let's just say 3 years? Like, what's the vision for that?
In 3 years, I expect to have my own store within 3 years.
Okay.
So I'm working on, right now I'm working on getting into some more stores. I haven't really just really focused on that, but that's like my next step is to just try to get the line into like some health food stores. I've approached and I've got my stuff in a store in Arkansas. It's called Harambe Market. I did get a call from it's called Concept 47 in Oakland. So I'm just waiting on them to place their order. So I'm just, I get calls and things like that and inquiries. So it's just all about, whenever they're actually ready. I don't make products in bulk because I don't want your shelf life to be on my shelf. So it's called a small batch production. So, so I don't make anything large just sitting here waiting for people to buy.
Okay.
So that's another reason why I'm always just so crazy, just don't have time for too much.
You're always making.
Because I'm always constantly making products. So everything is fresh.
Okay.
So,
that's a good question. Marty, where do you see your business? Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
3 years, I would like to have a standalone studio for photography, and I would like to be able to incorporate stylists, makeup artists, hairstylists, wardrobe stylists, and have one, like a creative space that we can all use together to make incredible photography and art.
Nice.
That's what I would like to have happen within the next 3 years. And
so you almost sound like you want almost like an event center just specifically for creativity, kind of.
Sort of. Do you remember Brown Lane Studios?
Girl, I love it. That's where we started. Remember over the box when we were with the box.
Oh yeah.
So Brown Lane Studios would be the ideal space because each one of those offices, different wardrobe stylists, different hairstylists, different makeup artists.
The white room, the green room,
out of there.
I can see you doing that.
And then you can lease out the space, but those photographers have those makeup artists, hairstylists, wardrobe stylists. They'll have office space there where you can go there and pick who you want to do business with. Kind of like salon suites, but the suites would be all makeup artists, hairstylists, wardrobe stylists. It would all be fashion related.
Yeah.
So any photographer can walk in, any model can walk in, and everything that they could possibly need
is right there
to be able to achieve that.
And then we need to see, when you get your center, a nice display of Anja's products.
Yeah.
Right, her natural skincare products right there.
She'll definitely need photography, and we'll have someone there that specializes in product photography.
There we go.
I definitely need that.
You see how we bring it all here together? Yeah. Everybody can benefit from each other.
So my next question is, and it's for both of you guys, is that what are your steps to reaching that goal in the next 3 years? And Anja, you can go first, and then you.
Okay.
What are your steps?
Basically, just making sure that I have a funding source, because since I'm still a small business, everything that I make, the majority of the money that I make goes right back into my business.
Right.
So I have to make sure that I continue to have a funding source so that I can continue to improve. From just higher potency ingredients to a better printer, maybe not even doing my own labels anymore, my own packaging. I can, hire somebody to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So just making sure that I continue to have a funding source, just a stable funding source for myself. So.
Okay. And what about you?
Basically continuing to grow my brand. My photography is extremely new. I've been in front of the camera for years, but I didn't pick up a camera professionally until October of 2016.
Oh, okay.
So it basically...
You're still trying to perfect your craft.
Yes, I'm still perfecting my craft. I'm still growing my client base. But that's the primary goal, making the right connections. Continuing to hone, my passion.
I had like 10 ideas that just went through my head
and
at
I'm
one
about
time.
to ask you, Lotus, what is your vision in the next 3 years for High Vibe Media, and how are you going to get there?
High Vibe Media, our vision is to continue to grow with quality shows that make a difference. There's a lot of entertainment out there, and that's good. It's needed. And we want to definitely bring some entertainment, but we also want to make sure that we always have that substance. So we want to continue to build the brand of elevating our people, because that's what we're about. It's just to the subject, the shows, the show hosts, the brand, the topics, the guests. All of it has to coincide, which is just elevating. Anything that is not building the people, we just don't want it at High Vibe. So right now, we're still laying the foundation because we're still so brand new. But our long-term goal, I can't really put all of it out there because people take ideas, like for something like that specifically. However, in order to reach that goal, the steps that I'm taking is building the network, building my personal brand and my personal network, definitely trying to sharpen my skills, sharpen my presentation, because I'm really a t-shirt Chuck Taylor jeans.
That can be your presentation,
but not all the time.
No,
it's not.
No.
And I where I'm trying to go, that ain't gonna fly. So that's what I'm working on now is more my image. And then I have a lot of focus right now on my children's brands. All three of them are launching like simultaneously. So Zai's music is really about to take off. Zayat Iman, I mean, really, we like right here, about to be right there in a matter of a short time. So that takes up a lot. And then grooming Naya to be public speaker, and she's a beast,
She really is.
And she's a beast at a young age. And so just trying to pull that out of her and let her see her confidence. So High Vibe, all of that is under the same umbrella, because as a unit, a family unit, we just want to push everything. Everybody that comes through these doors, we want to help them to get to where they need to be. So I gotta get to where I need to be in order to effectively sell that. I can't tell you I could take you where you need to be as a marketing firm if I'm not where I need to be. So right now I'm kind of just working on me and my presentation and all of that. And then coming out of my shell a little bit, because as bold as my personality is, I'm really kind of more meek and just don't really like no attention and stuff. So I'm learning to embrace.
Yeah. I know it's hard to believe, ain't it?
But she knows that to be like, yeah. I know you can't see it, but like. Yeah, they're all looking.
She said she was shy?
Yeah, pretty much, Anja. Pretty much.
Y'all don't know it. You know it though, Solar.
Yeah, she is pretty shy.
I hate attention.
But I mean, the nature of her business, her
Requires
degree,
that she has-
it requires that she is
Come out the box.
She's a people person. She has to be.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess I'm gonna say I'm like an extroverted introvert, because when I want to, I'm on.
Yeah.
When I'm off, I'm home.
Exactly.
And I like my home time. I like
And I don't got to talk to nobody.
Time. Exactly.
I don't have to have no company. I'm good. Just me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, me and whoever I want in that space at that time.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Are you like that too, Anja?
No, I'm a chatterbox, and I'm like all up in your face. If you're too quiet, you make me nervous. I'm gonna try to talk to you and bring it out of you. I can't help it.
This girl's personality is off the chain. I love it.
She has a beautiful
She
personality.
does. She has a beautiful
on
spirit.
the inside and the outside. Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, just bringing all of that together though. So hold on.
So,
Yeah.
question. So tonight's topic is walk like a boss, right? And so, what does that mean for you? And you go first.
Okay.
What does that mean, Marty?
Okay, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier off air. There's some things that you have to realize. I know that there's a hashtag for, you know, walk like a boss and boss up and level up and all
of
that
that.
great things, all those lovely hashtags. Who couldn't live without another hashtag?
Another hashtag.
There's nothing like a hashtag.
Hashtag.
Exactly.
Hashtag too many hashtags.
But the reality is that when you see that hashtag, you're only seeing the shiny, sparkly part of this thing that they have, I guess, affectionately labeled us as boss. They're not showing the work and the sacrifice and the self-doubt and, you know, the fear that all of us deal with, that anyone who is honest with themselves is scared to death.
Right.
Because you're pouring everything you have, and we're not talking about monetary into this business. We're talking about your heart, your soul, everything that you are, all that you could ever hope to be. What is you, the essence of who you are as a woman, you're putting all
It becomes a child.
like a man. No, moreover like a man, because there's no guarantee that child is yours forever. That business and that man may be gone tomorrow.
Okay, I never look at it like that.
You're
Like I
married
look
to
at
it.
it more.
That's why there's the struggle with us as women pursuing these businesses to balance. That's the whole thing about the balance. Which one are you married to? The business or the man, or vice versa? They question men a whole lot less about their dedication and they're willing to sacrifice
Everything
about their businesses than they do for us, because for whatever reason that stigma has been put on us that we can't have it all. I believe that
That's a lie, because I'm going to have it all.
Well, and it depends on what all is for you.
Yeah.
Because Lotus, your all, my all,
It's different.
is different.
Right.
Each one of us, we're representing 4 women here, but with 4 different mindsets, with 4 different philosophies for life, 4 different ideologies about what makes life all for you.
Right.
And my all does not allow me at this point to be distracted. And that's anything that creates a distraction. I will sever in order to preserve the head. Because that's my dream, that's my goal. I will not back burner it, not one more time, for anybody.
Ooh, her mind is made up.
It is. I'm standing up in it with the 5 heels on.
Yes. Girl.
I just cannot, because I know that I will be incomplete. I've realized now that the thing that I was always trying to feel inside myself was the incompleteness, because I was not doing what it was that I was supposed to be doing. And I was
you were going to stay empty
with different things. Yes. And those things were all temporary. And there's a lot of people out there that are just like me in that respect, is that they're out there, they're trying to live a fast life, and they clubbing and they drinking and they drugging and they doing whatever else it is that they're doing to fulfill the emptiness that is the lack of creativity, the lack of inspiration, or the lack of support to pursue that thing that is truly their passion. We would have a lot less drug addicts, a lot less people with mental issues and all those kind of things if we actually nurtured creativity and talent.
1,000%.
Let me sum this up in a nutshell and tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, so your walk like a boss looks to you is perseverance, right? And to stay focused. And it was another word, sacrifice. It was another word that I was thinking of, but I can't think of it right now. It slipped my mind.
That's good though.
But passion.
And passion. So focus, perseverance, sacrifice, and passion. All right.
What you got, Anja?
Yeah, my definition when I think of boss up is, confidence, success, and just, somebody that just does not quit.
Tenacious.
Just does not accept failure. It's just not an option at all. I agree, sacrifice. I'm not going to allow anything to come between me and my success.
That's right.
So, period. I have to build this empire for my children. I have to let them see success, so that they know that they can also grow and be anything that they want to be, My children are spoiled. They are super spoiled, but I have to show them hard work. With hard work, the outcome is success. So, that's my definition of boss up. Be a boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lotus.
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
When I think of the term boss up or walk like a boss, it's by any means necessary. And it really rolls over into every aspect of your life. It's not even just in your entrepreneurship. It is a lifestyle. It is who you are. If you are a boss, you're a boss. And a lot of people use that word lightly to me because it sounds slick and it's trending. But the essence of a boss is you. Here, for example, let's use High Vibe as a example. It don't matter if V don't feel good, if he's tired, if there is a football game that's on that he wants to watch. If I'm out of town and we're partners together, you boss up. You got to you don't get the option of calling out and I'm sick and no, you boss up. You make it happen. Period. So, for example, when my brother transitioned at the beginning of the year, it had nothing to do with me still handling my business. I wanted to melt down, but you don't get that luxury of meltdown because you are so focused on your goal and you're so driven that I remember even at Brick House, like, in essence, that's kind of my baby too, and so I remember going into the office sometimes and, crying real quick, and then I had to boss up, you know what I'm saying, and go right back out there because I got guests out there, and where's Lotus? And, customer needs something or whatever happens, and Daryl is not there right now, and you got to boss up, period. Like, you don't get the option of, like she said, failure is not an option. Right. I don't even know what that word means. It means nothing to me. It does not exist in my mind at all. Now, what does exist is I could keep, like the African proverb that we did today. You don't even look at it like failure. You look at it like lessons learned. Okay, that didn't work. We keep it moving. That didn't work. We keep it moving. For example, Soul Sister took a little hiatus. It's coming back because you have to look at the model and you have to see what makes sense. And then, but if you really are married to your goal and to your vision, see, I don't believe in marriages ending, not even in the sense of man and woman. I think you never really bought into that relationship in the beginning, because in my opinion, if you truly buy in and you take those vows that they do in the church, to death do us part, then that's what you mean. So if it didn't work, that's because we did not live up to that commitment that we made. So if I'm committed to High Vibe, if I'm committed to Soul Sister, if I'm committed to whatever it is that I'm doing in life, I don't know nothing else.
There's no plan B.
I'm not making a plan B. My plan B is my plan A1.
I remember listening to Steve Harvey years ago, and I remember being a fan of Steve Harvey since he was at Vuku.
We lost that.
And I remember him telling this story about being homeless and sleeping in Monte Carlo and all this kind of stuff. And he said there was no plan B. If he had made a plan B, he wouldn't be where he is today, because
that's
he
your
didn't have
bailout.
a fallback. Right.
Yeah.
He didn't have a fallback plan. And as long as there's a fallback plan or there's a cushion, you have an option to back out. And we don't need to have that parachute.
Not if you're really committed to it. Now, there's nothing wrong with having your security. You can still do it the right way.
We're not saying not be smart.
Exactly. And that's fine. That's good. That's a good strategy. But you never go into something with a plan of I'm going to get out of it.
Right.
If you really well, it depends on how serious you are about it. Now, you could go
like a prenup.
Well, you can go in exactly, but you could go in even with business. You could go in with the exit strategy to elevate, because now I'm gonna do this for 5 years. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna do this. That's your levels that you're going to. But just like giving up, quitting, or longevity, I don't know nothing about that. Period. I don't know nothing about it.
When I think of boss up or walk like a boss, to me, I think of leadership. Like, you know how a leader, like, it's kind of already in you. Just like being a born leader, like, it's already in you. Some of that stuff just got to be pulled out. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes with being a leader.
It does.
Just like there is with being, like, those words are kind of, they work simultaneously to me. So there's a lot of responsibility in that. And you're right, they just show like the blinged out part of it. You know, you taking the pictures, you look good or whatever, but there is a lot of work.
Yeah, it's work that goes.
And you had to build up to actually I don't want to say believe, because even though it was already in you, it just happened.
Oh, you do have to convince yourself, talk to yourself.
Yes, you have to be positive self-talk on a regular basis. I mean, there's mornings when you get up when you really don't feel like
you got to motivate yourself.
You still got to do it. Like, and with my thing, it's presentation is everything. My appearance is everything.
Exactly.
I have a skin disorder. I have arthritis. I have other things that I have going on in my life that may make it impossible for me to do certain things or be certain places. I can't even tell you how many times I've been to events where I was in pain but couldn't take medication for the pain because I had to stand up and speak, and I couldn't speak to people under the influence of a narcotic, which is what the extent of medication that I have to take at this point. You know, or have to cancel an event because
and you got
I had an allergic reaction to a certain situation. But I have to make that right for that person. I can't just cancel and not show up.
Because your delivery as a leader, it's not just about you.
No.
And it's really not about you, period. And that, to me, is where so many individuals who are in leadership roles or a boss role, for example, Donald Trump, he's making everything in this world about him, which is why he's not an effective leader at all, period. Because it's not about you. The decisions that you make is for the betterment of the people.
Right.
And so as a leader, as a boss, you're not thinking about you. You're thinking about the longevity of your company and everybody that's associated to it. Or if I took a speaking engagement, I have to show up, because not only is that individual who booked me depending on me, but everybody that they sold tickets to is waiting to hear what I have, or whoever the keynote speaker is. So it's not just about you. You know, the servers at the restaurant where they have the event is contingent on them making their money and being able to. It's not just about you. And when people can get themselves out of the picture and stop being so self-centered, then you're in position to rise and you're in position to soar. And then another thing to me as a boss or as a leader, a great boss and a great leader will always develop other great leaders behind them.
Yeah.
Because your desire is always to see somebody else. When we get so caught up on we want to be the center of attention and it's all about me, you're not effective.
Do you want to win, or do you want to be the reason for winning?
Exactly.
Which one is it?
Exactly.
And someone who taught me how to trust the process. When things don't look like they're going the way you planned it out, because we strategize, we've made a plan, and everything needs to go according to this plan. On Tuesday we have this going on Wednesday this going on. We can't have any deviations from the plan, because that creates panic and chaos. But things don't always go according to plan.
Right.
And because things don't, we live in a real world, not a reality TV show where everything is scripted out. You're going to have a flat tire. You're going to have a sick kid one morning that you have a job to be at, and you got to figure out who's going to take care of this sick kid.
Right.
There's going to be those kind of situations that come up. How you handle it determines the outcome of everything else,
and everybody
that
involved.
That situation. And we're real quick to fall back and say, well, forget it, or throw in the towel, or make an excuse. And oftentimes that's our downfall, is that we excuse ourselves out of success. I just cannot see myself giving up at any point, especially now. I can't see myself giving up.
It's just not
feasible.
I
don't even know what it, in your vocabulary. I don't even know what it feels like. I don't even know what the thought feels like. Every day is an opportunity for me to think of another way that I can do something else better.
That's right.
That, how do I do so much? Because I don't have any other choice. How do you blink your eyes? Because it just happens. It's natural.
Yep.
And that's the same way. I have, weekends or whatever that I may withdraw completely, and I will come off social media and I'll shut down for a weekend because I need to recharge. Because when I come back out, every day I'm doing something every day. You know what I'm saying? And right now there's a little buzz going on because I've just recently posted a bunch of photos that they're going to keep coming. There's a lot of people in DFW that seem to act as if I'm new, that they don't know who she be.
Y'all know.
Yes. So I just wanted to put a reminder. They act like they don't know, but I needed to put it out there.
Like, let me reintroduce you to Marty.
Give me a moment to introduce myself.
Yes, I love it.
So yeah, by that constant thing, I'm rebranding myself in every way possible. People tell me I should change the name of my business, Fat Girl Photo. It makes people feel a certain kind of way. This fat girl is fabulous. You need to change that because you're not fat. Every morning, I wake up in this body. Every night I go to bed in this body. I'm plus size, whether I'm a size 16 or a 22. I've been from a size 12 to a 22, everything in between. Don't tell me what my body is. That's part of being body positive. Quit trying to define me and put me in a box. Where about you?
Right.
This body is plus size.
And that's what it is. I've embraced it.
Thank you. And it's got some cushion and some pushing and some wrapping and rounding and things going on. But this body is plus size, and I'm okay with it being plus size because now it's a healthy plus size for me. Now I don't have blood pressure issues. Now I'm not in fear of being diabetic. That's all part of being the best me I could possibly be. I needed to be a healthy me. I'm not changing the name of my business from This Fat Girl is Fabulous because it is not just about me. It's about every little girl that was called Fat Girl. It was about every little girl that was told she got a pretty face if she just lose a few pounds. It's about every little girl that looks in the mirror and does not see anything that resembles her in the media.
Right.
So when she goes to my Instagram, she will see other women of all shapes and sizes, from again a size 2 to a 32, and feeling confident and proud of who they are, feeling sexy, vivacious, intelligent, talented, creative, all of that. When she goes to my photography, yes, I take photos of men, women, children, weddings, all that, but I also specialize in plus size photography. I see in plus size women what a lot of other people don't
can still see the beauty.
I see beauty beyond size. I see what is sexy beyond the number on a dress size.
Exactly.
So it for me, I feel burdened with the responsibility, and it is a responsibility to show women that look like
That's
me,
confidence.
that look like you, in a way that other people are not accustomed to seeing.
Right.
You know, there's
like you
3
can still
or 4
be
plus size
and,
supermodels.
Right.
There's 3, you know, there's 3 or 4 women that everybody is clamoring to, but there are millions of women throughout this country that wake up every morning that need to feel a way about themselves so that they can boss up.
Exactly.
I may say something, I may post something, I may do something in some way that wakes somebody else up that says, I can do this one more day.
And you pulled that out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so, guys. Look, I'm sure this conversation can go on all night. I know we got started a little bit. Well, we really didn't get started a little bit late. You guys just probably...
Y'all weren't able to see.
Right. Y'all just caught us a little late. But it is time for us to wrap it up. We got to give our final thoughts. And we're going to start with our guests first. So, Anja, if you would like to go first with your final thoughts.
Well, I would just like to say that I am always so motivated by boss women, and that it just keeps me going. So I look at you, Mama Lotus, and all these things that you're doing, and you, Solar, you guys are awesome, and I watch you guys. I watch everybody, you know, that's doing big things and just keeping it moving. Failure is not an option, and I see it with you guys. So.
Oh, thank you, sis.
Awesome.
Tell us one more time how we can get your products and your social media. How can we get your skincare products?
Okay, www.anjanaturalskincare.com, ANJA naturalskincare.com.
Okay, great.
All right, wonderful. Up next,
Miss Marty, your final thoughts.
I am inspired and grateful for the opportunity.
Good.
And it's always good to be around Miss
out.
Lotus J.
Thank you.
Anyone can reach me at www.thisfatgirlisfabulous.com. That's my website. It has a link to all my social media. You can find out about other things that I'm involved in. It's all there for the taking. Just talk to Siri or Google or somebody and say, "This fat girl is fabulous," and they'll take you exactly where you need to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you. What you got, sis?
Oh, let me see. My final thoughts is I am always grateful to be in the presence of wonderful women, or men and women, but, you know, I got to give my women their props because it's just inspirational, and it's, you know, a lot of times, and I'm speaking for myself and maybe some others too, but, you know, you have a lot going on in your life, and you want to do this and you want to do that, and maybe you're not around the right people to kind of make that happen, whether it's they're giving you advice or they're just watching them, you know, do their thing. But it's always inspirational for me, like, just to be around people who are really just making moves and doing things. And I don't be on social media a whole lot, but I'm trying it. But what I can say is, when I do get on social media, the people that are on my page are just doing wonderful things, period. So all that positive, you know, the positive visuals that I see, and the positive conversations that I have amongst these boss women definitely inspires me to continue on my journey of my goals and dreams. So it's just a pleasure.
Good. That was beautiful. All right. So that is our show for tonight. My final thoughts are: stay the course. Never give up. Period. Eliminate words and people out of your life that will not encourage you to be the best you that you can be, and that will try to discourage you from following your dreams. Because a lot of times, individuals that don't know how to do that, they will find a way to get into your head to shut you down. And it's not because they don't think that you can, but it's because they know that you're showing them up. Even though your goals have nothing to do with that individual, a lot of people feel insecure around individuals that are walking in their purpose, or at least on their journey. So you have to learn to love people from a distance. If people are not adding to your life,
They're automatically subtracted.
Hey, they got to go. Yeah. I mean, at some point in life, you got to get to the point where I'm in this for real, and I got some real goals in life, and I have a legacy to leave, and I'm at the age now where I need to start seeing the steps form and be able to see what my picture is going to look like when I'm no longer here. So there's work involved in that. And if individuals cannot contribute to that, let them go. Get rid of dead weight and love them from a distance. And if they got a problem with it, that's not your problem. That's their problem. Because stay true to your goals. Stay true to your visions. That same thing that used to give you that energy when you was 16 and 17 or 26 or 36. It don't matter if you 56 or 66. Get on your path. You're never too young, nor are you ever too old to get on your path and follow your dreams. So that to me is what a boss is. When you're able to tap in to your inner self and work to pull your inner being out by any means necessary, and by being the best person that you can be doing that. And I think Anja posted a post probably some months ago, and it said, all right, for whoever has a little issue, but it said, be the shit without shitting on people. To me, that's boss. That's boss. Yes. Like if you can walk in your queendom or your kingdom, and you still pull your sisters up with you, that's boss. But if they don't want to go, you let them go.
Know when to cut bait.
If they don't want to go, let them go. And keep it moving.
And you can still be friends. You just know that you can't travel that path together this time.
That's okay, because everybody can't go.
Absolutely.
And I can see you again on the other side, and I'm still, you still my girl. But you're not gonna be no dead weight to me because I can't do that.
But that's how you know you cold, when you don't have to put anybody else down to get there.
Not gonna do it. And when you have a desire to see other people shine. Like some people that are boss individuals, they want to make it about themselves all the time. But I feel good when I can see my sister shine and my brother shine, and know that I want to help pull that out of them. I want to say words to them to encourage them, and not say words that are going to break their spirit, but because speak life into that individual.
It's more important to you to win than to be the reason for the
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. I don't even care about who gets the credit. I'm cool with that. Yes. I'm cool with that. I'll take that. All right, y'all, that's our show on the Blaquer The Berry tonight. We got some good stuff coming up this week again. Check us out tomorrow at Brick House Lounge. It's a high vibe production called The Teen Scene. And again, our way of giving back to the community, a high vibe media production, just trying to create a platform for children to be free and express themselves, build relationships, build new friendships, and learn to enjoy life again, and then place us as adults in a position where we have to listen so that we can be effective in helping them, because we can't help them if we don't know what's going on the inside. And that's arrogance, when we don't shut down enough to listen to what children have to say, because they got something to offer too. So that's Wednesday night from 6 until 9. We feed them, play games, hang out, dance, all of that. Starting a chess club from 6 until 7:30. From 7:30 to 9, we get into our dialogue. Tomorrow's subject is bullying. We'll be dealing with cyberbullying as well as in the physical. And then on Thursday, come check us out for a man's point of view. And again, we'll be talking about when the relationship has gone bad, do he get to bail out on his responsibilities? And no. So we're going to get into that dialogue on Thursday. So, and then, we got stuff going on the weekends at Brick House. And definitely check us out for our buffet on Fridays. We got some great bands coming through. We got dance classes, all of that. You can also look forward to next Wednesday. We have Sports Rehab from 8:30 to 10, and that is Vincent, who is also my business partner and the co-producer of High Vibe Media and Marketing. He has a sports show. He's really funny. They have a great show, he and Jimmy. So y'all tune in to that. Great chemistry. And then we'll have our weekend shows coming back up soon. Coach's Corner and Suave Radio Show. That's our time tonight on the Blaquer The Berry. Berry here at The Vibe. If y'all interested, you think you fit the brand, you want to check us out, hit us up on any of our social media, or you can email us or give us a call. We'll put it all out there. We'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.